Hello and welcome to Video Game Rations, a monthly video game club. I'm one of your hosts, Brian Swain.
I'm Eric Greger.
And I'm Noel Norch.
If you're
Nails
unfamiliar
it
with
every
us, we're-
time.
yeah, So always ready. The same spot every time. If you're unfamiliar with us, we're a couple of friends who get together every month and chat about what we're currently playing. It's June 2025. And it's hot as shit in the Pacific Northwest.
It is hot.
Heat wave.
Yeah. I hope.
Well, is it like East Coast on fire too? Like New
Yeah,
York and Boston and those areas?
I think New York was like 103 or something.
Oh, really? Wow.
Sounds dusty.
I don't
Or
like
90
that.
is
Even though-
wild.
Remember we went and we had a hot ass Subway?
Yeah.
Not the sandwich
Not the
company.
sandwich.
We had a hot ass Subway.
Remember when we went to New York and we all had Subway?
That's
got
exactly what it sounded like.
I got the meatball sub. It was great.
I got
Yeah.
the tuna melt.
Remember when they were like, it was a cold sandwich shop, and then Quiznos came around, and they were like, you know what? We toast our shit too, and it was just like a microwave oven that they would just blast your shit in for
Yeah.
30 seconds.
No, it wasn't. It was like one of those ovens with they would put it through on a conveyor, and it was like
Ooh, mine was
That was
not a conveyor.
Quiznos. Yeah, Subway did do that.
oh, quiz. You're saying Safeway, Subway.
Safeway.
Their
Subway.
answer to the conveyor belt
The
toaster
conveyor belt,
was
yeah.
a microwave. I got you. My bad.
I don't think it was a microwave. I think it was like a toaster oven type of thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same as the Quiznos.
It's what Starbucks has now.
Yeah,
The little
yeah.
tray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heats it right up. Gets it
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
and
yeah.
sweaty.
Come to Video Game Actions for the reminiscing of
For the sweaty sandwiches.
fast food chains
That was back-
of the early 2000s.
That was back when the bread wasn't real bread and it had to sweat to get all the chemicals out.
Yes, right.
Right. Anyways, we're live here on twitch.tv/Video Game Rations. We usually try to record on the last Sunday of every month, which I feel like we hit pretty good, you know.
Yeah, we're pretty good about
if you guys,
Close.
yeah, if you guys could share the podcast, you know, if you're on the train, the subway, the
Or in a
bus,
Subway.
Or eating some.
eating Subway, you know, poke the person next to you and be like, hey, have you heard of these guys over on Twitch, Video Game Rations? They're pretty cool. Leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts. That's if you don't, you know, you're not comfortable just talking to strangers and giving us subs. Spotify, your podcast provider of choice, all that stuff's great. You can find all of our links in the bio of our Twitter account at VG Rations. You can hop in the Discord. It's popping off. We're always talking about the latest and greatest in video game news. Currently playing, you know, the hot topic of this week, Steam sale.
You say, oh yeah, I purchased something.
Oh, you did? What'd you get?
I did The Witcher 3.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Did
You
get
gonna
all
play it on the
expansions or just the
Yeah,
base?
all the expansions were $9.99. Everything $9.99.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. That's a
The base
that's
game,
a deal.
Base game was $7.99. I was like, well, if I'm gonna do that, might as well spend the $1 or something.
And from what I have read recently, those expansions are beefy boys.
yeah.
Oh man, I don't have time.
So you're like, you just bought like 160 hours of
Yeah.
RPG, my friend.
I think isn't it Blood and Wine? Like,
Blood and Wine.
isn't it very similar length to the main campaign or something like that?
When I looked earlier this week, I think I saw 20 to 30 hours.
Oh, that's not
And
bad.
the main one is like 40 to 60 or 80 or something like that.
I'm
I know
easily
the first,
over
the
100
first
hours.
DLC was like 10 hours.
They do
Well,
the
I've never
same thing
played
that
any of them.
you do in Cyberpunk, where if you just want to play the
Oh, really?
DLC, you can start at like the recommended level
Oh,
So, which is
nice.
cool
Mm.
because
I've also been really thinking about starting that game this year because I tried it once or twice on the PlayStation 4 and something bumped me off. But in this day and age of my old man gaming habits, I feel like it would fit right in. So I bought it, I think on the winter sale, but I've got a couple things in front of it, but I think I'll try to get into it this year. And apparently it's like in a perfect state on PC. They just did like a graphical upgrade to it. and
oh,
stuff, so it's
nice.
running real nice.
You've been really crushing out the single player games lately too.
Oh yeah, that's all I do. All I do these days.
That's all I do.
All I do
mean,
is
basically that's all I do.
adventure.
Yeah, fatherhood, not. Husband, not. Work, bleh. Apparently,
I know, I
Witcher
was trying to
runs
get-
great on the Steam Deck though too.
I saw that. It said Steam Deck approved or whatever, or
Mhm,
verified.
mhm.
Yeah, I haven't played any of them, so this would be my first foray into the. But I think this is like a good entry point. I know there's like a lot
Yeah.
of story that I probably missed, but
You can. They do a lot of like backstory. They fill you in, kind of. Like even if you do play the old ones, I don't know. It's like
They're dense, aren't they?
they're really dense. And
yeah,
they also.
aren't they remaking them now?
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
think so.
remaking-
I think they're
No, they
remaking
are,
the
they're
first
remaking one of them. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because people are like, "Why are you spending your time on that when you could be making
Because they're
more Cyberpunk?"
trying, they're doing it in whatever
Why-
the new engine is. So it's like, it's kind of like how everybody's remaking old stuff in new engines to like
Yeah.
figure it out. They have all the assets and they just do it
Hmm.
as a test case, basically. I think it's, man,
Those games are
I
good.
remember it's one or two.
Two
Eric
is
Googling,
awesome.
Or are we just guessing until?
What?
Oh, I thought you were Googling it, but
No,
maybe
no,
you're
no.
just looking at your phone.
Doodling.
Oh man.
I
Witcher
pay
3,
attention.
okay,
This is
Witcher-
like classic school. I could doodle and pay attention.
No. You looked down when you said like, which one are they remaking? And I thought you were Googling it.
Oh no. Sorry, I didn't know you were wanting an answer from me. I mean, I could Google it now.
I
I'm
got it.
not
I
gonna
got
do
it.
that.
I got it. I got it.
I'm
I
not-
got
It's the original.
it. It is. Yeah.
The original. Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I've watched the show. I think I know enough about the Witcher lore to be okay
Yeah.
going into 3.
Yeah.
You can also
He
just
fights.
watch it.
He fights monsters and he turns into a crazy beast man.
A cat man. Yeah.
I feel like
he
what I
get- he gets-
played,
Cat eyes.
what I played
Yes.
whenever you needed to know something in the story, they gave you like a brief little flashback.
Yeah.
That was like a little.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Sprinkle of.
I do like that games are kind of doing that lore thing now. You can just like pause the game and see the mumbo jumbo words they're saying. They do it in
Mhm.
Avowed.
Yeah, they're getting good. They're getting good. People making video games doing good stuff.
Yep.
Nolan,
They're,
you get
they're
anything
taking
on the
away
Steam
the
sale?
job. Oh, go.
Oh, sorry. No. Go ahead. What were you
No, I
saying?
was saying they're taking away the jobs of people writing those Wikipedia pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Brad?
Did you get anything on the Steam sale?
I did. I picked up a couple platformers. I grabbed Jump King and a game called Bread and Fred.
Is Jump
What?
King the sequel to Sneak King?
I wish. I wonder if there's a mod. It's a little, it's pixel art, really difficult kind of platforming game where you have to you can either jump up straight up or at an angle, and you have to kind of charge your jump. And it's similar to like those like chain together games where if you fail, you're gonna fall really far and lose a bunch of progress.
Gotcha.
So
You mean Expedition 33?
yeah, Expedition 33. Bread and Fred is cool because it's two penguins tied together, and it's like a co-op platforming game, and you got to work together to do similarly difficult platforming.
Are you playing that Cody?
So you're only
No, I'm just playing it by myself right now. You can replace one of the penguins with a stone, a big boulder.
All right.
But no, they're just cool and they were cheap, and I've wanted to get them for a while. So, and then
you're only playing chained like games.
I am. I'm a real Strand boy, you know. And I got Ready or Not, the SWAT game.
Nice. I played
So.
a little bit of that.
Nice.
I bought that too on the Steam sale. Had my eye on it for a while. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was in early access, and it just came out like full release earlier this year. And it just gave me old school Rainbow Six vibes, where you have to be very tactical and position your teams and get everybody to go at the same time and stuff, which I always liked.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
And, apparently the mods are crazy,
Oh, there's mods. Oh.
like whole levels and stuff.
Oh. Okay. Did you get the DLCs too, or just the base game?
I did. I think it
Okay.
was like $5 more or something.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a cruise ship map and some other stuff.
Yeah, same. Those are in my cart right now. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm excited to play that with you.
Yeah.
When you were like, "Do you want to co-op a game?" and I was like, "You want a game? You're getting
me?
you're jumping out of the single player realm? Yeah, man.
Well-
let's do it." I understand, dad life. It's cool.
Well, yeah, it's just hard to keep up with the metas and all that stuff, you know, and everything that's going on with a lot of these
Service
little
games.
smaller co-op games. But like, yeah, the
Yeah.
service games are impossible for me to keep up. Now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then sometimes
I know.
when, or I guess most of the time, whenever I want a game now, I just want to be left alone.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Go into another world and do something else, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting when like Arc Raiders comes out because that's
I am very interested in that one. Curious how they'll avoid some of the live service tropes, or if they'll go straight that route, you know?
yeah. They just posted a big update the other day that was addressing a lot of people's feedback that they said they're working on. So,
Was it from Summer's Game Fest where there was a countdown and people thought it was going to be
Nope.
the release date? And
Nope.
it was just a trailer?
Oh,
Nope,
I
not
forgot
that.
about that.
not that scandal.
Yeah.
No, they just put it was like Reddit. It was like I think last week. They have announcements come from like their what do you call them? Shop owners, like the gunsmith, and there's like a chicken and
Oh.
there's
Oh yeah.
so they had one
Is
of
there,
those
like-
characters.
Is there like factions or whatever?
Kind
Kind of like
of. There's
kinda
like,
like Destiny or Tarkov?
It's kind of like
Yeah, I think
Tarkov
it's
where there's
similar.
like vendors, you know.
Okay.
I don't think there's like factions exactly.
yeah, they had some vendor like come out
Yeah.
and say like our weapons were too powerful or something, so we nerfed it. You know, it was a whole thing.
Oh yeah. Got
We're too dominant in the marketplace. We gotta take our
Building
shit
that
down. In other
lore.
words. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Great tie-in to our first topic we want to talk about. June is the greatest month in video games, where we used to get E3 and all the great announcements for the upcoming holiday season, and now we get everybody doing their own shit and the Keeleys.
oh yes.
So, we thought we would go through the
Jesus
PlayStation
Christ
State of
himself.
Play,
Second
Summer
coming
Game
of-
Fest, and the Xbox Showcase, and kind of each highlight a game that we thought looked cool.
Yeah.
So first up was
Games.
PlayStation.
Games.
They randomly dropped it. Like, I think on Monday they said they were gonna do something on Wednesday. I think.
Yeah, it was pretty surprise.
Yeah. Quote unquote surprise. Eric, what did you think looked cool in the PlayStation State of Play?
You
One
know,
of the worst
that goes
names out there.
the Ghost of Yote, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really followed that series, so the trailer looked good. So I can't really speak past that. So I think people are
Well,
stoked.
it was kind of a no-show, right? Like people thought that was going to be their big thing, and they were just like, they showed like a little trailer, and they're like, we'll have more to say in
Yeah,
later, where they're going to have a whole state of play dedicated to it.
I was gonna say I think they're just teasing for a bigger thing, and then people will be hyped.
I'm very excited for that game. Ghost of
That's like this.
Tsushima
Is it this year or
awesome.
next year?
This year.
Jesus, man,
PS5, so PC probably next year.
that's crazy. No, there wasn't much. Honestly, there wasn't much in the PlayStation thing that really got me too stoked. But Silent Hill F is looking good. Everyone was like really curious if it was actually called Silent Hill F, and apparently it is. Because remember, it was like a weird music note, like.
I still think it
still
is,
is.
right?
F.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forte.
Yeah, they haven't really.
Silent
changed
Hill
past that
Forte.
Yeah, exactly. What's your Forte?
Silent Hill Forza 5.
Coming to Xbox.
No, it was looking good. It was looking creepy and weird, and it's like this. It's in. I think it's in Japan. And you're like a kid in a school.
Always a good creepy setting.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm curious what the take on that is, because the Silent Hill games are just weird as shit. It's usually just like a mom or dad lost in a city, looking for something.
Yeah.
So
I am. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, that was it. I was just saying. I think she's probably looking for a lost friend or something. From the trailer.
Like with all these Konami properties, like they have to kind of prove me, like show me that they're going to be good. Basically, like you're saying you think it looks good, but I'm like, until it comes out, like I'm just because they're just like feeding off. They were like, we're done with video games, and now they're like, oh shit, we actually have all this IP we can license out to people.
Yeah.
Like I'm very curious, especially like Metal Gear Solid Delta, and I know Silent Hill 2. That remake reviewed really well, so they're just like
because they just did a big
like
shotgun.
throwing all their properties everywhere.
Yeah, they did a big shotgun approach, and they're seeing what hits. Because there's like probably like 5 or 6 other Silent Hill projects. There was like that mobile game. Annapurna did one.
Oh right, I forgot about that Annapurna one.
Yeah,
Didn't
there's
they
a
have
bunch
like
of
a whole? Didn't they have a whole Silent Hill like showcase basically? And it's like, here's all this shit we're doing this with.
Yeah,
this
there was a lot of games.
franchise. Yeah.
And the remake was like the biggest thing on there, and that's what everyone was like, "Oh my god, I don't think any of this stuff's gonna be good."
Yeah, curious.
So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see when this comes out. But the trailers look good. So
The trailer looked really good. Yeah. Was this the one where like the original trailer had like a lot of like aquatic, like sea urchin kind of like look to it?
I don't remember. There's a lot of faces coming apart.
Oh.
Like what's that Ghost in a Shell movie where the doll faces like come apart?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, it
It's
is.
a terrible reference, but
Yeah. This is the one that I was thinking of. There's like a character covered in like sea urchins and like in like a red field of flowers, and it looks sick as hell.
yeah, it visually looks awesome. I think they're in a cool world. So I don't know what time period it is.
Well,
Yeah, I don't either.
What they say these days: if your trailer looks great, your game's going to be great.
That's
Exactly.
true. That's true.
That's what everyone says.
It's a direct correlation. What about you, Nolan? What look good in that PlayStation 1?
I didn't really get a good watch of it either, but I did see one that was pretty striking called Sword of the Sea. I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Oh,
Which is made by a company called Giant Squid, and they made Abzu and The Pathless, which are both really cool looking games that I've not played, but and I think like maybe they had something to do with Journey too. I think they kept referencing it when they were talking about it, but it looks like kind of like an artsy, like fantasy skating game. Like you like skate in like a half pipe and stuff and grind on a sword, and it's sick. It looks really pretty and cool. So
Yeah, it says the artist behind Journey, because Journey was by Japan Studios or whatever.
okay.
Oh, and they close that shit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It just looks like a good vibe, you know. Which I know the Pathless and the Abzu are the same, so it seems very similar in that direction,
Yeah.
that way. So, yeah, it looks
people
great.
love these sand settings.
Oh
For-
yeah, sand
I was
surfing.
just thinking sand surfing.
Yeah, it's cool too because like they move the sand like big waves. It's rad, but it also looks like they go to like snow areas, and there's like a couple different biomes and stuff. It looks rad.
Nice.
Tony Hawk
Couple,
Journey.
yeah. Okay.
Say no.
That would work.
Just
I
get
know
the
what,
punk soundtrack in
Sable,
there. and-
Sable was maybe.
Sable, yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, Sable. Sable was similar. He had like a motorbike in that.
Yeah, you have
yeah.
like a little rocket speeder thing.
Man, when are we gonna get? Oh no, go. I was gonna say, when are we gonna get another Colossus remake? Am I right?
Shadow
Or
of the
just a new
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Colossus? What studio is that?
They're making some project next.
Oh, they got something like you.
Yeah, I think it's like spiritual successor. I think it's X devs to it, but
Gotcha. One caught my eye. Everybody's golf, Hot Shots. Everybody loves everybody's
Oh.
golf. I mean, come on, they got
Yeah.
a new one coming out. But here's the rub: completely different studio. So it's just the namesake. It looks
Really?
familiar. Yeah, it looks familiar. It looks or similar. Sorry, and it's got I would say it's got the vibe, but
Yeah.
hopefully it comes out. And it's day and date with Steam and I think Switch too.
Cool.
They-
Could be wrong.
did they switch the? Was it different names like in Japan, or is it?
Yeah, I think
You know
so.
the
I
whole
don't
thing
know.
on that.
No, I mean
It's
I
not like
know-
Resident. It's not like Resident Evil and Biohazard, right?
I mean I think it is kind of like that, but it's like Lucky Shot or something like that. I don't know.
Because I remember Hot Shots. Everybody's golf was not ever on my like radar.
Hmm. It was like on like PSP and I think PS3 or something, but it was a popular kind of like cartoony golfing game, but it was very like simmy, you know, like just more
Oh my
accurate
God.
than like a Mario golf or
Yeah.
something like that. Like a
Dude, I
fair
would love
in
a-
between of that and like PGA Tour or Tiger Woods, you know. So
There
hope
is
that's-
so
that
many
sounds
everybody's
awesome.
golf games.
there's a lot. I
This
hope
is
it's good.
crazy.
Day one Steam, if it's good on the Steam Deck, to me that could be so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought about getting like I can't remember what the 2K game is. Is it PGA 2K or Tiger or whatever? But like the reviews are dog shit, and
Didn't we
Like-
play that? Didn't we try playing that and we kept getting bounced?
We played the EA one.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the one.
There's an EA one and there's a 2K Sports one, and the EA one we tried to play on PC like the day it came out, and it didn't work, or at least we kept getting bounced. And then when we did multiplayer, you were golfing simultaneously instead of taking turns,
Oh, that's right.
and that's not what we were looking for. And
No.
then I think the 2K one is like riddled with like microtransactions, just like the NBA
Hmm.
franchises and stuff. So I would love a great handheld golf game. So I'm hoping this is it. And another one I remembered actually, like just as we started talking about it, Luminous. Have you guys ever played that game?
Oh,
Played those.
It's like a music-based
Tetris game?
puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
puzzle game. Yeah,
I love that game.
There's Luminous. Yeah, Luminous Arise is from the Tetris Effect Studio. So it's got like
sick.
the crazy like visuals and
Yeah.
soundtrack and all that stuff, and I think that could be really, really dope.
Dude, I have Luminous on my PSP, and it's great.
Yep. I played it.
Yeah, I never played
only
that.
a little bit on. It was somewhat recent. I think I got it on the Xbox. I think a version came to Game Pass or something like that.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, I could see being really into this. But the Arise one looks really cool, and just what they did with like Tetris Effect was like such a cool, fun experience.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do Arise, could be pretty sweet, I think.
I was gonna go back to golf real quick, Brian.
Go ahead.
Digital Eclipse is doing a golden tee collection.
Oh, right. I have heard
Yeah.
of this. Which they're the people that did the Tetris collection
Atari, or yeah, Tetris collection.
and Atari collection. They're doing that Mortal Kombat collection, which I think was actually at the Keeleys.
And then the
a
karate
golden
one.
tee. Oh,
What's the karate
yeah.
one?
Oh, what was that called? I don't know. I never played that game. I had no idea what it was when we were talking about it. But
Yeah.
I was listening to a podcast and they were saying, like, wait, does the Golden Tee collection use the mouse
The ball?
functionality on the Switch too? Because you could just be like, oh, just like try to slide it forward as fast as possible.
Yeah, so they're
Would be
thinking
pretty
it'll you'll be able to use like a USB like trackball plugin or something to play it, which is awesome.
That
Where do
is
you get a
pretty
USB
sick.
trackball in the year 2025.
People still use them.
People
eBay.
like to go to Goodwill and yeah.
I'll look it up on eBay right now.
Get us a price.
Ooh, I should buy a bunch of trackballs before it comes out.
That's a good idea.
Own the
you-
market on trackball.
You should 3D print custom balls.
Mhm.
That's a good idea.
I could a ball is kind of hard to 3D print.
And okay, I was gonna say some famous golfer, but I know none. Arnold Palmer.
Oh, here's one. The Kensington Expert Optical Tracking USB wired trackball mouse M01306 black silver, $32 on
Oh,
eBay.
not bad.
Yeah.
Seems steep for a trackball.
It's a trackball. It's a pad with a trackball and 4 buttons.
Okay.
I mean, if you want a golden tee at home, that's the way to do it.
That's the way. Oh, here's one. AbleNet Big Track 2 trackball, $100. It's just a giant white cylinder disc with 2 buttons and a giant trackball in the middle. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I feel like they could make a Golden Tee trackball for this collection pretty easily and just
People would get
make
it.
it in.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick. Yeah.
It would be sick. Those
Just
games-
a limited run. Like,
Yeah. I wonder what it would be
And-
like to play through like a whole game of that because I only ever played it at the arcade, obviously, and like you play for like a couple holes and it just demands more money from you. I was like, oh,
we
that's
we
it.
had one at my work, and
Yeah.
no one played it. You would walk by it like in the hallway, and everyone would just go like,
Oh yeah.
and that was it.
Just
The guy would just like shoot the ball so far.
Yeah. Well, the next conference was Keeley's was on a Friday in the middle of the day. Wasn't 3 to 4 hours as usual. I think it was a tight 2.5? 2.5 hours?
I don't know.
As tight at 2.5 hours can be.
Seems
much-
like a lot of talking to me, but
Yeah. Anything stand out to you guys?
I had one little cool hit game. The it's not a remake. It's like kind of a redevelopment of the Scott Pilgrim game. It's a new game.
The beat 'em up.
Yeah, new game.
Beat 'em up. Yeah, that's the one that was locked to the Xbox. So they're making a new game that's going to be on like all platforms.
Mm-hmm.
And those games are just fun. It's got music by Anamanaguchi again, and it apparently has a story involved with it. So
Nice.
that was just a small thing I noticed that was fun.
When the
Good call out.
soundtrack announcement popped up, people that got a little like ooh and ah out of the theater crowd. I noticed.
Yeah,
That
people were
band
stoked.
is like crazy. Like they must just rake it in on some of these soundtracks.
Probably
Because I mean, we went and saw them, and it was
as
packed in.
bands do.
It was packed.
It was packed in there.
Yeah, but it was at the Hawthorne Theater, so it wasn't like the biggest venue, but I mean it was big. It
Yeah.
was packed. Yeah, much younger crowd than I expected, honestly, for such an old band.
Yeah.
But
They just
felt-
sit there and
I was like,
rockers and
oh,
shit.
God.
jamming up.
They're the type of band they could just go away and just have the lights up front, and everyone be like, "Ooh."
Yeah. Yeah, just put up
Just a bunch of old
screen.
guys on benches in the back. Yeah, what else stood out to you guys? The old Jeffs.
There was a game called Stranger Than Heaven, which is from the studio that does all the Like a Dragon and Yakuza games.
Mm-hmm.
And this had a code name before. Nolan, do you remember the code name?
I don't know.
It was Project Century, and it is called Stranger Than Heaven, and it's now set in the 20th century. And apparently, it does like a lot of time jumps based on the trailer. But it's
It looks
like-
sick.
it looks super sick.
It's still
I've
the
only
same,
played-
like a dragon guy, right?
No,
No,
The main
it's a
character's
different
not?
character. No,
Yeah,
it's a different character.
yeah, they do. They have a couple different main characters, but a different character, and it looks like you're kind of jumping through older Japanese time periods within the 20th century about how maybe Yakuza started or something like that. But it looked really really cool, and maybe a little bit more serious tonally than
Yeah.
their games have. Which I mean, the silliness of those games doesn't bother me at all. It's
Yeah.
more about the the time dedication that
Yeah, you gotta.
that gets me on those ones.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be like the Like a Dragon games are like peak joke. Yakuza
Yeah.
games definitely have some serious stuff to them, but yeah, there's still a lot of that goofball. But
right.
it looks awesome.
And
I forgot all about that
yeah.
one. I'm glad you brought it up.
And it's kind of interesting that it drops the Yakuza or the Like a Dragon sub name or whatever.
Mhm.
It's just straight Stranger Than Heaven. So I wonder if it's going to be like kind of a completely different offshoot like they did with Like a Dragon a little while ago. Yeah, it looks great. The trailer looks awesome. Definitely has me interested. You know, I've always kept my eye on these games, and it's just
Mhm.
like, ooh, it sounds like a massive commitment that I can't get into.
Yeah.
But that one really stood out to me and looked really unique. And,
Yeah.
and that studio has just been doing.
Dude, they
banger
just
after
pump them
banger
out.
after banger, so
It's
They really do.
crazy.
They really do. But a lot of the ones that they do is a lot of the same assets, same areas, and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
This one looks like they've been working on it for a while, and it's a lot of new stuff.
Mhm.
So
Cool.
interested to see how that's going to look. And did they say any sort of time frame on that one, or was it just an announcement?
I think it's just
of
an
a new game?
announcement, right?
Yeah, there was a code name. I think it was at Game of the Year awards. No, nothing other than the main trailer.
Yeah, I've never really I've seen all the wacky videos of all these franchises, but I've never played these games. They also seem like very long too.
They're great,
are
man.
very long.
They're so fun. I mean, they're like it's like a lot of mini games, a lot of long cutscenes, but they're so fun.
My only one was Like a Dragon, and I loved it. Loved it. It was great. I think it just fell off because it was getting long and there was so many.
Did you like all like
and
the spoof stuff? Or did you like the gameplay stuff?
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it's
Both.
great.
Both.
Yeah.
You can get Like a Dragon during the Steam sale for $10.
That's worth it.
Wasn't it
Worth
on
it.
all the, it was on Game Pass for a while too, I think. All the
It comes and goes on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently. A lot of the Yakuza stuff comes and goes on Game Pass. But yeah, you can get Like a Dragon for $10. So
not bad.
Not bad.
worth it. Worth it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to sit in that movie theater for like 5 hours or whatever it is.
Dude, I think in Infinite Wealth there's like an island that's like Pokemon, like, or not
Yeah.
Pokemon. It's like Animal Crossing or something
You
like
collect
that.
people. You collect people.
Are
Yeah.
you talking about the Pirate Hawaii one or?
No. In Infinite Wealth,
Or-
there's an island you go to, and it's Animal Cross. It's like essentially like a full Animal Crossing thing, and you can just stay there and go crazy, which
Yeah.
is insane. There is like
Yeah, there is something in Like a Dragon that's like a whole corporate business simulator basically, and you move up the tower as you go, and it's just a huge mini game. Like
yeah.
you hire and fire people, and you're just moving up the corporate ladder, and then eventually you're like all the way up at the top. And people say that is like it's huge, like how long you could play that mini game for.
And they
And that
have
one,
drone racing and stuff too. It's great. Great game.
it's insane, insane.
Uh,
Nolan, anything from the Keeleys for you?
Well, there's a lot, but a game that I'm really excited for, and I don't know if it came out during the event or not, but we got to see an extended trailer of Baby Steps, which is a co-op game, where you're trying to climb this weird mountain of garbage.
A strand like.
It's a strand, like, I guess. But there's a demo for it too, where you can play like the first chapter or whatever.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and essentially,
So
left
weird looking.
left and mouse button control each leg, so you have to like lean forward and kind of make your guy like walk by clicking each button. So it's like Death Stranding, like, you know how when people are like Death Stranding, so you gotta like hold the triggers to balance your character, and like it's like that, but 10 times more challenging. And it's really funny.
It makes me comfortable just looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I was
dude,
gonna
he's-
say that this game has a hard time. The trailers, like the previews of it, are very hard to watch. I feel like the announcers don't know how to talk about this game. The
Yeah.
videos do it more justice than people being like, "Here comes Baby Steps," and you're like,
Yeah.
that looks goofy." It's
Yeah.
like, just play the trailer, man.
I
It's
didn't realize this was a Devolver game.
yeah, it's the guy who made it. There's a couple different people on it. I think one of the guys who
Yeah.
made that Ape Out game, which is like a
Yeah.
really cool indie game with like a interesting graphic design. And then Bennett Foddy, who I think is like most of the voice in the game. He made Getting Over It, which is another really weird B game,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I don't know.
This is the next evolution, basically.
It's really fun, and it's really funny. Like the humor is good. So I'm excited to finally get to play the whole thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the one
Strands.
thing that they were teasing the entire Keeleys was this.
Okay. I was wondering if we were gonna get to the.
Yeah,
You
we'll
should've
talk
been-
about it.
You should have been teasing it the whole time.
I know. I
we
should
were
have been
talking- we
like,
were-
"Hey, remember that anniversary? Hey, remember the zombies?" Yeah, I think you mentioned it before, didn't you? There's like a leak or something. They talked about it,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I didn't
Well-
think it was good. They had someone come out and say like, "Stay tuned. We'll announce it sometime soon."
It was like the Resident Evil 4. They had like it was either like a video came out or something like that. It's either like sold so many copies or it was the anniversary of Resident Evil 4. And at the end, the signpost made a 9.
Oh,
And people were like, oh shit. Resident Evil 9's coming. Or that's what
that makes more
Yeah.
sense because they
And then
was
I-
like
and then I
they were
think-
teasing it the whole time, and then
Right.
it was like it never happened, and it was such a like letdown.
Yeah.
Well, they kept having ads. There was like an ad for a Resident Evil sale, and then they kept having the voice actor who played Lady
Oh yeah.
Trisu or whatever. She kept like had a weird set, and she was coming out, and she introduced I think the sale and some other thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, first I thought it was kind of weird that it was like the voice actor doing it because it's not like they made the model look like this person. And it was like, oh, this is the voice actor. And they showed like the character in the game to like relate it together.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just kind of like a weird tie-in. And they kept doing Resident Evil stuff during the whole thing. And then it was like, yeah, it's the 25th anniversary. And they had the director be like, yeah, we have nothing to say now about a new game.
yeah. Stay tuned.
stay tuned. But they also said like you'll hear something within the blink of an eye or something like that. I was like, what does that mean? And we were like- I was mad when it was happening. I was like, these dicks. Why are they doing this the whole time?
I love that
Yeah.
they did that though. It's better than having a countdown to a countdown.
I think
Well,
I think
yes,
they did that.
but I would rather have had it just at the end and be like,
Yeah.
Resident Evil 9. But,
I think they did something similar to when they were announcing Dragon's Dogma 2. Like they came out and was like, "Oh, we're working on Dragon's Dogma 2, but we can't show you anything right now." It felt and it had like a similar vibe
right
to that.
now.
So I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess like we'll find out next year or whatever." And then at the end, was it the end that they? It was like
Yeah,
the
so
last
they
thing?
showed
I think they closed it with 39, right?
they showed a trailer and everyone was like, "What is this?" Because it was just like the FBI agent like talking kind of thing, and then it
Well,
she
it was
goes back to
it was the daughter in the FBI office.
Yeah.
right? But during the trailer, it was like they said her name, and it's like that was the daughter of, was it Resident Evil Chronicles or something like that? I'm not
I
I'm
don't
not
know. I can't
familiar
keep
with
up.
that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then they were showing Raccoon City, and it was after it was bombed.
Yeah.
And I only caught it when it was like the shot of the police department, and it said like RCPD, Raccoon City Police Department. I was like, oh, this is Resident Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see when more stuff comes out about that. I'm curious if they're.
It looks sick.
I think people are
Looks
kind of like. The last two did a good job of being like the village. You're in a village, and then like you're in a contained little like crazy world, and people are like, "Oh, we're going back to like the original Resident Evil." I'm curious if it's gonna work, but
Well, the
we'll see.
original was contained in a mansion.
Oh, I just mean like theme wise, it was like medieval or like there's that weird family you're interacting with the whole time in
Mhm.
7. Yeah.
Like getting back
Wow.
into the like overarching conspiracy, weird government.
The umbrella.
shit.
Yeah, the umbrellas and yeah.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's never like the story that like
Yeah.
ties it all together. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
the gameplay and
Yeah.
all the other stuff. And the horror in 7 and 8 were awesome, and the action in the remakes is really good. So I hope they can tie it together. I mean, right now they're doing amazing work on that series, and we've talked about this before, where it's like Resident Evil has been off my radar, but then whenever I catch up and I play them, I'm like, these games are fucking sick. Why am I not like there right when it comes out and excited to play it? And I think I'm there now. I'm excited to play this one when it comes out.
I just hope they go they just got to go like weird and crazy. I know they're going to, but they just got to.
I mean,
really
they
go over
showed
the
some
top.
stuff in that trailer that I thought was like pretty crazy looking, and I think it would be cool to go back to like the bombed out, Raccoon City.
Oh, that would be
There'd
sweet.
be a lot of stuff to explore there. So I'm stoked. And I think it comes out early next year in February or March or something.
Yeah, dude, they got the engine down. I think they're just kind of filling in buckets now.
Yeah, as long as they're not doing Monster Hunter or Dogma sized worlds, they have
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got problems.
because those are not doing great. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's good. I think they did. There's a Capcom showcase this week because, well, we're talking about the Summer Game Fest stuff, which was beginning of June. We're end of June, and there was a showcase earlier this week that had more RE9 stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to see it. I'm just gonna wait till
Yeah.
it comes out and hope that
Same.
it's good. So, yeah, I'm excited.
I played the demo of. Oh my god, the demo of 7 was creepy and crazy.
Dude, it was crazy. Yeah,
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I loved Village. Like that game.
Village is excellent.
I need to finish the DLC.
The DLC.
Yeah.
Did either of you guys do RE4 remake?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Cool.
I'm going to.
That's on sale on Steam right now too.
I know.
That was.
That is awesome.
I played the demo and I couldn't get into it. It was too much action. I was like roundhouse kicking and shit.
Well, I would say the demo is not very indicative of the entire game because it's just a section where you have to survive. So like you just do have to
Yeah.
beat the.
I know.
shit
I was
out
like
of
trying to
it.
go around and collect stuff, and then people kept popping in all the doors.
No. That's not what you do in that part. It's like, I feel like it's for people. The demo is for people that played the old one to be like, oh, look at what we're doing in this, and it's not. I mean, there is a lot of action in RE4, but it's few and far between where you're just being chased and taken down like
Formed.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll eventually probably play that, but yeah, I stopped at like 3.
Hmm.
And then started playing all the remakes and stuff.
Was the game that was
Nemesis
just-
was
that game's just not good though, right?
so they
you're
remade
remaking a game that's already not good.
they remade it, and it I think it's okay. There's a guy chasing you the entire time if you're into that.
Right.
I still need
All
to
right,
finish
moving on.
Resident Evil
Oh.
2 as well. So
The remake of 2?
yeah,
2 is good.
I never finished it. I never got out of the police station. I don't think so.
Oh, that was real good. I love them. Love them.
Yeah.
Xbox showcase was on Sunday. They did a pretty lengthy showcase, followed up by a whole Obsidian after show, which was teased. It was announced to be Outer Worlds 2, but then they kind of shadow dropped the Grounded 2 announcement. in there,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh wait, we're going to talk about Grounded 2 and Outer Worlds 2
Yeah.
in this whole last half of the thing. So anything stand out to you guys on the Xbox One?
Well, since you brought it up, Grounded 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that really.
Yeah.
Grounded is such an awesome game. Like I think it's one of the best survival crafting games. Like of all time, and
Mm.
this looks like the setting, it's like very similar to the first one, but you're in a backyard in that one, and this one you're in like a park, so I think it's going to be a little bigger. But they also like they showed some extra stuff, like you can like get mounts and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it just looks really
You ride
cool.
bugs.
Yeah, like by the time Grounded 1 came out with all their stuff, like the fully yoked version is what they call it. Like they added
Is that what
like
they call it?
yeah, it's called like Grounded fully yoked now.
Yeah.
They added some like more interesting stuff, like where you can like befriend the ants, like the red ants, and then like you can they'll like fight with you and stuff like that. And I don't know, it's just really cool. And then like they've added like a whole, like people can make custom maps and custom games and stuff in Grounded. It's pretty sick. So I'm really excited to see this one.
I assume they're wiping it clean. You're not expanding on one.
No, it's like it's the same characters. Like it is a continuation of the story.
They're like older and stuff, right?
I don't think so. I think they're the same age, actually.
Oh, shit! This is
They
like
spoiler.
the
They
next
never
season?
escaped.
Yeah, it's season 2, not season 4. No, I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. It just looks really cool. They are launching it in early access though, and I kind of wish
yeah, I
they
was
would
gonna
just
say
like
that.
let it, and they would just kind of let it do its thing, because I don't
Did
know.
a
Like,
lot with the first. The first one was always. It always felt like it was a beta.
it was for a
It was-
really long
it
time.
was- yeah, early access for a long time. That's what I was gonna say. I was kind of surprised that they're doing this one in early
Yeah.
access. When they did that so much with the first one,
Yeah.
I think they would just like let them do it. And
I think these games, because people like play them to death, like a lot of community feedback is good, so I don't know, we'll see, but I kind of wish it would just
I think I remember us streaming it, and then someone came into our channel, and then we followed their channel. It was
oh
like-
yeah, they had like a
They had-
castle.
that was insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
yeah, we did a couple streams of it, and people were coming in and definitely like giving us tips and pointers and stuff like that. But I remember we were getting to certain spots, and it was like, oh yeah, this story is not ready yet. Go back and
Yeah.
fuck off and do something else.
yeah. So I'm really excited. I think Grounded 1 was really, really good, and I still love playing it. So it'll be fun to jump into this one.
Nice.
I want a ladybug mount.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I'd get like a praying mantis or something.
Yeah.
Like slowly lumber over people. Like,
Oh yeah, that would be so sick. I wonder if I'm curious if what kind of bugs they're gonna get in this one.
yeah. Tell me about the bug.
Tell me about the bugs.
I won't talk too much on this, but I think that Double Fine Keeper game looks very interesting.
Oh yeah, it looks.
That was
Ooh,
fun.
I don't think I saw that.
You're a lighthouse with a funny bird on top.
Yeah, that looks really interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
But that was just it looks cool. I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know if it's like a kind of just a weird little adventure game or a platforming thing or what.
Yeah.
Xbox doesn't know. Double Fine doesn't know. Nobody does.
No one knows how.
But it's
Does-
out October 17th apparently.
Oh, cool.
Oh, dope.
Somebody knows.
Someone at Double Fine surely knows.
Tim Schafer knows.
Yeah, maybe. I really liked the long ass trailer for Clockwork Evolution. They've been talking about this game for years. And the trailer I thought was really cool, and then they showed a bunch of gameplay and a bunch of like abilities and stuff you're gonna get, like be able to slow down time. And then they showed like dialogue trees where like people were responding. Like there's one conversation with a shopkeeper and then he was trying to haggle with him, and like the dude in the back or like the owner of the shop came and was like, "No, we don't do that," and then shot like the shopkeeper in the face because of something you said. It was like absolutely crazy. But they showed so much of this game, and they were like, "Yeah, we're not ready to announce when this is gonna come out." Which I was like, "What?" Like I thought for sure it was gonna be like this will be out, early next year or whatever. But I don't know. It went from a game that was like, okay, yeah, I see it. They've been showing it, but really liked everything they showed, and then it's just wild that they had nothing to say when it's gonna come out yet. So.
Yeah, wasn't it supposed to be like a Bioshock like? Was that kind of the sell?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of stuff.
You could
these
rewind
days
time or
that-
something?
That's what they're going for. They showed a lot of different abilities. There's a 5-minute trailer. Yeah, they're like blasting people in the air, slowing down time. They're kind of doing like a. Oh, what game was that? Oh, Deathloop, where you link people together. If you kill one, you kill all 5 of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
type,
cool.
type of thing. There's a lot, but very steampunky type of aesthetics, first person RPG. So I think a lot of I don't what did In Exile do before? I'm trying to remember. But I think a lot of Obsidian Fallout type of aspirations.
Mhm.
That type of stuff. But the trailer looked great.
They
So,
made the Wasteland
excited.
games.
Yes. Yeah. So Wasteland 3 was 2020. So this game has been in development.
I'll tell you
for a
what,
while, but-
Wasteland 3 is awesome. It was my game of the
Yeah.
year that year.
Ooh. Well,
But that's also because I loved all those old school Fallout games. And
Yeah. Oh, I think.
yeah,
I
would
mean,
say
I
check
think
out that
people
tra-
really
tra-
liked
check out that
Wasteland
trailer if
games.
you
So
haven't, but
yeah, I have it queued up. I didn't watch that one, but
oh yeah,
I
and
remember
I'm
seeing
skimming
the
through it now. I
original. It looked
forgot
cool.
they showed like a bunch of character customization stuff too. Dudes with like huge mustaches and crazy
Yeah.
yeah, like some of
outfit
the
combinations and stuff.
beards, some of the beards make no sense.
Yeah. Well, But yeah, looks cool. Looks really cool. What did you guys think of the Xbox handheld, real quick?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I hope it's really good, and I hope it doesn't. They don't try to like take all of their Xbox stuff from my Steam Deck. That's it.
Well, it sounds like they want to allow Steam on it.
Yes. You'll be able
So,
to. It's already in beta now on PCs that you can access your other game libraries from the Xbox app. So, and the
Good.
idea is that, like, it's Windows 11, but when you load it up, it's gonna load up a slimmer version of Windows and just load into the Xbox app, and you can tie
Cool.
all your libraries to it, so it'll boot faster. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Expensive.
I'm interested. I don't
Um,
think they should. I don't think they should make hardware. I think this is the correct move, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there was that rumor that the Xbox handheld was canceled, and then some comments that they made last week or the week before was like, "No, we're still making a handheld."
Yeah, but it's like why? But
Who knows? I mean, they make a lot of hardware, so
yeah,
laptops and
I think it's pretty cool.
Whatnot.
As like, I love my Steam Deck, and I think like big chunky handheld devices are great. So
yeah.
I'm kind of here for it.
The only thing I don't really like the Asus design aesthetic, like the RGB around the joysticks and the Republic of Gamers and all that stuff is not my favorite. But I know lots of people love the ROG Allies, and it's like one of the most popular PC handhelds compared to a Steam Deck. So I'm curious,
there's
just
a
more,
lot
kind of
of-
more curious what they'll do with a Steam Deck 2 at this point. So
yeah, You and me both, sir.
Can't be too far away.
That's true. That's true.
Steam Deck is 5 years old by now. So.
That's crazy, man. God, I love my Steam Deck. So
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
I think what would help the Steam Deck is like a dock that like upreses or something, you know.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have that besides Switch, right?
I was gonna say, you want to segue into this next section? here?
Sure. Segue away.
Me and your boy have some new consoles to talk about.
Oh, yeah, we do. We sure do.
Switch 2, fellas.
Yeah,
Came out. It's
it
here.
did. Man, this month has been a blur. Now that I'm realizing, I'm like,
Yeah, the Switch 2's been out for like 3 weeks now or something.
yeah, it's great.
Is it?
I like it. Yeah,
You know what?
Tell
It's
me why.
cool.
yeah.
If I was like back in the Switch days and I had figure out upgrade, the OLED would obviously be the choice.
Mhm.
But the Switch 2, since I didn't go OLED, is crazy different compared to the first one. It's night and day. It's crazy. That being said, all I have is Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Mario
Well,
Kart.
that's
and,
true. Yeah, I have Mario Kart.
and Odyssey. I dabbled a little bit. But
Oh, you don't have Zeldas though.
no, I haven't. I didn't pay the $10 yet. What do you got on it besides you have Zelda and
So right now I've been playing Mario Kart. I've been playing a lot of Zelda with the upgrades. And boy, is it awesome. I love it.
yeah.
It looks so good in running at a stable frame rate. With
You didn't
and
load
just
up the old version
no, I
before
didn't.
trying it? Okay.
No. Well, so I have the Plus extension or
Oh.
whatever. So it comes with that. So I just like downloaded it right away. I didn't really mess around. Also, Wind Waker is on there because they have the GameCube emulator now, so you can play Soul Calibur to F-Zero and Wind Waker, which is cool. So
What is the Wind Waker just the original game? It's not like up-res?
no, it's like it was like the HD remake that they did for the Wii U.
Oh, okay.
So it looks really, really good. Yeah, like if is it worth it? Like I guess probably not. Like I can also just emulate it on my Steam Deck.
I was gonna say
but,
I do have that. I do have Wind Waker emulated.
But it is cool. Like I mean, like I'm excited to see like what they add as far as like those go. And I will say I've been mostly playing on my TV, but like when you're holding it in your hands, there's two rubber stoppers on the bottom of the Switch.
Yeah.
And the way I hold it is like I hook my fingers underneath it to kind of like balance it, and they're like stuck on those stoppers, and I really don't like them there. Like it doesn't feel good to hold it like that. But that's like my only beef with the like actual like holding it in my hand. Like I think the screen looks really, really good. Like the size of it is nice.
So nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm not playing like Cyberpunk or anything on it, but
why would you?
I don't know. I mean, like I guess if like this is your only console, like it's cool that you can play Cyberpunk and it looks good. But I mean, I'm here for the Nintendo games, that's pretty much it.
Same.
So
Yeah, I was curious about I'm sure that looks really good on TV too.
Yeah.
That's like the best part so far. I've had it plugged into the TV and it looks awesome.
Yeah. I actually, this morning I was playing Breath of the Wild. I started playing the like Master Sword edition. So it's like extra hard. Essentially, you have to like really make a lot of recipes and boost your character. And it also adds like a ton of extra stuff you have to deal with. Like, there's like one of those Lionel, like, cat horse men on the beginning, like the starting area. So it's really hard, but I'm excited to play through it on the Switch 2, like the Switch 2 version. I think it's gonna be sick. So yeah, it's good. I do need to play some more Mario Kart. I've only played it like once or twice because every time I load it up, I'm like, Zelda.
Yeah, it's fun. Get through it. Just do the circuits. Do the circuits. Get through them.
I played 2 circuits and it was great. I mean, it's Mario Kart. Like, I have no qualms with Mario Kart games, so like I always just have a good time. But
yeah,
I'm not.
I mean,
like,
I have qualms, but it's a good game.
Yeah, I mean, like, if it sounds like the people who are really playing it a lot, like, I get what they're mad about. But as a casual Mario Kart player, it's awesome.
I mean, I noticed it right away as soon as I played those maps. It's like you play them in a straight line, like a lot of them. You don't loop anymore,
Right?
And those kind of suck when you're playing like 3 of them in a row.
Yeah, I guess I didn't.
You don't like know the course.
Right. Yeah. I didn't really mind the straight courses. Like, I liked them in 8, but I don't know. Like, if you're trying
like
to
the
like
weird
get
thing,
good,
it's like-
and,
It's weird because you're doing the Peach Cup or what, I don't know, what cup, Toad Cup,
Toad Cup.
and like normally each level's kind of different. It's like, this is the fire level, this is the winter level, and now they're all like mixed together. So you have elements from like each world. So they all kind of blend together, and I'm like, did I just play this map? It feels like very samey of like the map you just played. Like it doesn't have a distinct character between each map. But that's my take on it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest problem is it's the only Switch 2 game, really. And I think people are
that's
just
true.
They're playing just that, and like everybody is focused on that game. Like there's nothing else
Yeah.
to play, so all the attention is on
Mario Party
as, like,
or
the
Mario
launch
Kart.
game. Yeah. Until Bonanza comes out.
When does that
next
come
month or
out?
whatever.
Oh, next month.
I think it comes out next month. It was a direct.
Is the Mario Party Jamboree? Is that a new game too? I keep getting like
No, it's the same.
ads.
It's an added. It's like an expansion pass to the one from Switch 1.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Okay.
I think the only like Switch 2 only title I think is just Mario Kart World.
There's about like 3. There's like 3 new games on the Switch too. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I know I'm gonna get, if like a new Mario or a new Zelda comes out, I'm gonna get a Switch 2 to play it. So I was like,
So you got it to
someone was like,
get your hands on it.
do you want to Switch 2? And I was like, yeah, I can buy this right now. So why not?
Yeah.
The
But-
Eric case of tariffs.
I was worried about those tariffs, my friend.
Fair
Yeah.
worry.
So it's been fun. The actual Switch 2 is really nice, and yeah, actually
Those
Try to
Joy-Cons
get-
are awesome. Those Joy-Cons are awesome.
yeah.
I was at Target this morning and I tried to get my hands on one, but they don't have a display for it yet.
Oh, the way they snap on is really nice. I like it.
Yep.
Seems kind of cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the hubbub about it being like a really low quality 120 hertz refresh rate screen?
I saw someone talking about that. Like, is this like a real issue, or are people being extra sensitive about it, but
There's just been like some screen analysis about the refresh rate. Like it does have a 120 hertz refresh rate, but apparently like
it's low.
the actual response time is like really low, and it's like one of the worst screens in a modern handheld, I guess.
Oh, I did
don't know.
not.
I think the analysis said you would really only notice it in a side-scrolling game. Like you don't notice it when the camera's moving in multiple directions because
Huh.
the shadowing isn't so present when everything's moving in the world, but with only one character's moving or something like that. But
Really? So like if
I don't
we're
know.
playing Mario, like should I load up Mario Maker and try that out? Like,
I think that's what they were testing. Well, I don't know.
Interesting.
It couldn't have been Mario Maker because it wouldn't have been updated. I don't know, but
I played some Baba Is You and it looked okay.
yeah, I do want to get my mitts on one just to check it out. But the high res Zeldas sound pretty sick, but not $500 sick. I don't have that kind of money in my pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
It's
I wish you had the. I want to play that Zelda that you have, but I wish you would have got a disc of it or whatever.
Echoes.
Oh, can you do a game share? Isn't there?
Oh,
whatever
can
yeah,
you
that is?
game share with me?
Share my cart.
Oh
You can game
shit!
share now.
Oh, okay, we got to do that.
You want to
Um,
play it?
Yeah, man, I want to play it real bad.
Okay.
I don't know how it works. All I know is like when we went to Arizona recently, Alicia updated her Switch before we left, and none of her digital copies were registered to her console. So we got on the
Yeah.
plane, and well, you have to be like online for you to like load it into your console. digitally.
Oh, right, because they have like
And-
you can load carts in now.
Yes, yeah, and she didn't know that, and even I wouldn't have done that. But she updated her Switch and then was on the plane and was like trying to play anything. I was like, "You have to load this cart via the internet," and she was like so mad on the plane. I was like, "Well, yes, I would be absolutely."
Oh, dude,
It
I
doesn't
would,
make a lot of sense, like
No.
to anybody who doesn't know what they're doing.
yeah, it
It's
doesn't.
like load this virtual card, and you're like, "What the fuck does that mean? I paid for it.
Yeah,
I have it. Why can't I just play it on my thing?"
I thought that was just saying like, oh, it's on your dashboard. I didn't realize it had to like virtually load the cart into your system.
It's if you have multiple switches, basically, you load it into one switch at a time. So when
Weird.
she updated it, none of them were loaded onto the
Oh,
switch. They're just
gotcha,
in
gotcha.
cloud or whatever.
Yeah,
So she technically should have, but I don't know how anybody would know that.
yeah, that's super
Maybe
annoying,
she just skipped past.
Yeah.
Maybe she just skipped past the prompts or whatever. But
dude. I mean,
like,
I
she was on the
skipped
plane,
past it.
ready to go. Like, yeah.
That sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff when I loaded mine up and
Especially if-
transferred.
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
I was gonna say like I couldn't find Mario Odyssey for a long time, and like had to reconnect it to my account, but it was still there.
How?
Well, I'm interested to see what else comes to the Switch too. I'm curious
Yeah.
how the Donkey Kong Bonanza will be.
I hope it's good. It
Yeah,
looks.
that's
I mean,
gonna
it
be a
looks
big-
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too
People,
stoked on it, but we'll see.
Some people are thinking now after that direct that it's gonna be like a lighter version of Mario, like more kid friendly, like kind of
Yeah.
like between Kirby and between Mario Odyssey, which is like Donkey Kong's usually the more challenging, so I should feel like it should be.
Yeah, I want Donkey Kong 64, please.
Yeah. Or what,
No one
what
wants
was the newest one that was super difficult? Tropical.
Oh, Tropic-
Freeze.
That one one was
Tropical-
really sick.
Tropical smoothie.
They had to nerf their own game. They had to make.
Did they?
They had to introduce what's the cool dude on the surfboard? Do you,
Oh,
Funky
do you know
Kong.
what I'm talking about?
Kong.
Yeah.
Kong that surfs.
Yeah.
What did you say, Nolan?
Funky
What is
Kong.
it? Funky Kong. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they introduced a character to make it easier. You could like
Ah.
float. You could like float longer or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, after finishing Expedition, I've been playing Doom: The Dark Ages. Was big fan of Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. I played quite a bit of. I don't know how big of a fan I would say I was, but I liked it a fair bit. Um, Doom: The Dark Ages. It's supposed to be a prequel somehow. I don't know. I don't know how. The story makes absolute no sense. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be a prequel to the newer Doom games. Where are we at here? The graphics, it looks great. One of the nice things about it is like it has so many options in the graphics list as far as like what you can toggle and stuff to make it run on a lot of things. Apparently, it's a pretty technically demanding game if you're higher up on the graphic settings, but there's tons of settings there. It's got like this new parry mechanic that everybody's doing basically.
mhm.
Um, you get a lot of like projectiles launched at you, but you have a shield which has a fucking chainsaw around it. It's kind of like reminiscent of the Gears of War chainsaw gun, you know? But you're basically Captain America with a chainsaw shield, but you can parry attacks with it, which like disables or stuns enemies. That's a cool, fun little mechanic. And there's also like a charge dash that you can do with the shield. So one of the things about this one is like there's a lot of bigger open areas, but since you can target enemies and do this large charge dash, you can cover ground pretty quickly. There's like a little bit of a cooldown on it, so you kind of have to figure out like where you want to go from place to place. I do like the larger open areas. Like I'm maybe
I feel like you could roam around more, or like what's
yeah. So there is like set levels. They're actually like chapters, and there's
yeah,
some of them are pretty linear when you're just going through hallways and hallways, kind of like traditional Dooms. And then there is a couple where you're in like this huge like kaiju mech Doom
yeah,
thing, which they tease
Whoa.
in Eternal. You see them like laying around, which I guess maybe this is why it's a prequel or something. And the combat, it's pretty fun to roam around, but the combat is pretty basic. You're just like punch, punch, block, punch, punch, block. It's kind of cool, but pretty repetitive. And then there's huge open areas where you fly this fucking badass, crazy dragon, which has like
yeah,
I don't know, plasma wings and jet engines on it, and you can boost, and it's got a gun. And you have to like disable these gunships, and the turrets. They shoot the same kind of like green projectiles, and you either have to like dodge left or dodge right. That's kind of just whatever. But when you take one of those down, then you have to land on top of it, and the animation is super sick. And then you're just working your way through this ship and disabling it, and then you get back on your dragon and fly around some more to some other areas.
Whoa.
So that's super fun.
That's sweet.
And then a couple levels I just did, it's just a huge open ground area, and you just have a couple waypoints all around. And I feel like it's a kind of a lot like Halo Infinite, um, where it's just like a bigger area. Uh, there's kind of a lot of downtime if you don't do the objectives in a correct order. Like I feel like I went to one way far away and I just had to backtrack a bit, and it's just like you're just kind of walking around. There's a lot of like hidden collectible stuff, which is I don't know, depends on what kind of gamer you are. But then when you do get to the area you're supposed to be, it's like the metal music fucking kicks in, and you jump down from this huge ledge and you smash into a bunch of dudes, and there's guys with shields, and you're like, yes, this is what it's all about. So you do get like huge open like battlefields, and you're just kind of like zipping around all over the place, which is really cool. But it's kind of just like there's just like a weird downtime between some of that stuff.
Hmm.
And I maybe there's just not enough guidance that you should do this one first and then this one, but you can do whatever you want type of thing. I don't know. But it is good.
A rhythm
I,
game in
I like
between.
it.
It does look like there's some
Yeah.
like
Need some
rhythm
more,
game stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there is sometimes where enemy attacks are on beat, kind of like Metal Hellsinger, you know, but I don't know if that's necessarily intentional. So the open areas, I'm kind of mixed. I do like a lot of it, but some of the new stuff, like I was saying, like the dragon is super sick. Kaiju, okay. I'm about halfway through the game, and at this point, I'm feeling pretty. You know, I've had my fill. I think I'm gonna keep it installed and hop in every once in a while when I feel like it. I hit like a huge difficulty spike where I was on the second, or sorry, there's the hardest difficulty. I was the one below that because I kind of like it to be a little difficult where I have to be strategic about my ammo and change my guns. But then I just hit a point where I was just getting destroyed. I was like, all right, I gotta turn this down. And now I'm just absolutely wrecking. I have full armor and health and just getting through everybody no problem. Maybe because I started off higher and you know, I earned my keep and now I'm just wrecking everybody. I'm not sure. What else do I got here? Music. Oh, the music. Okay. We don't have what's his face anymore from the last two. The
Metalocalypse guy.
I would have to look it up, but apparently they got into some beef. There was
Oh,
beef. And so they're trying to do similar music, and sometimes it works really, really well. Sometimes not so well. I would just say it's not as good. Whereas like Doom 2016, like when that soundtrack hit, you were like, "Fuck yes, I'm destroying demons," you know. This one, just not as good. Where it's like a high point from 2016, but overall, I would say really, really fun. Great Game Pass game to just hop in and do some shit, kill some demons. And like I said, I think with the easier difficulty, I'm just going to be like, you know, I have half an hour. You could easily knock out a chapter or two. And then I think I'm going to tackle it like that from here on out.
oh,
You know, good shit.
Lost your cam.
lost your cam,
That's
Brian.
me. Oh,
Well, lost
oh
you.
no.
Oh.
You got
Me
him.
all together?
Booted. You talk smack about the Doom soundtrack.
Oh, they heard me.
Doom guy.
You
Doom
booted.
guy. Doom guy didn't
Oh,
have
no.
it.
The
Doom
composer is
the
Mick Gordon.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I heard so much
Oh.
email and there's like double.
Yeah, I think you were playing doubles, Brian. Do I need to send you another invite?
What are you talking about? Double what? What are you talking about?
Your audio was bouncing around.
Oh boy.
You're back.
From one down. Do I have anything else to say about Doom?
The old,
No, I
the
don't
old
think so.
Gemini just does not appreciate you talking smack about the Doom soundtrack.
Oh, I have one last note. There's a lot of cutscenes, and it makes no fucking sense at all.
Yeah, did they
No
went
idea.
super serious. They went serious
Oh,
with this, right?
Oh my god. Well,
saw-
I think they did with. I think
Doom Eternal?
2016 had not much. Eternal had a little bit, and it was just like it's on Mars, like whatever. You know, you're doing the space thing. This one, like there is the people on the ground. Doom guy is like he's got like a some sort of restraining harness where he's like kind of like a slave or something.
To some
where
aliens.
He gets like deployed. He gets like deployed on missions
Uh-huh.
basically, and then he right now we're rebelling against whoever has control of them. And then there's the demons. There's a Doom the Dark Ages, I like expected it to be like completely medieval, and you were just Doom guy with a gun, and maybe it was like peasants and serfs like running around, but it's still like pure sci-fi, just in like a ancient aesthetic. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. It's insane. It's not goofy. It's super serious. I wish it would be goofy, but it's not.
The only Doom Dark Ages I've seen is that he has a pull cord on his shield, and that's awesome.
Oh yeah, you missed that part. We talked about the chainsaw on the shield, and now there's a melee attack, and now I have a mace, which is sick.
Cool.
And I have a gun that launches basically a ball and chain on it. It like launches it out. You got to charge it up and launch it out and pull it back in.
Damn.
The weapons, I guess that's another huge point for the game, is like the weapons and the animations are insanely cool.
Yeah.
There's a gun that you have that is like, it's kind of like a assault rifle, I guess, but it's close range. But he just puts like there's a skull in it, and it's just grinding up the skull, and the ammo or the bullets are like the shards of the skull. So you just see a skull like pop up into it, and it's like grinding it up and just spitting it out. And the animation is like, it's so cool what's happening on screen most of the time, but you're so distracted by everything else. And like the environments are super cool. Like you have like these like huge demons and kaijus like fighting in the background and stuff like half the time, and yeah, it's fun. I would definitely I don't think I would pay $70 for it, but if you got the Game Pass, worth checking out.
Yeah. I still need to play through 2016. And I want to play Doom Eternal too, but
yeah. I don't think you need to play through them like front to back. They're like 10, well, I think 2016 was like 8 hours. Eternal was a little bit longer. I think this one
I don't think you're missing much from any of them.
I think this one's like 14 hours, and
they're
I'm like
fun.
halfway through it. They are fun. It's like some good old school video game shit. Yeah.
The last one was so like I jumped in randomly, and it was so arcadey. There was so many like menu different features I could do, and I did the one that's like new pop-ups or new power-ups come up every time, and you're trying to like string everything together and do stuff. Super fun.
You just Eternal, you just have a lot of skills, and you try to chain them together.
Yeah.
Because each one gives you a different either ammo
or health
or armor.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to use all of them all the time. So you're just constant, and they're all on a cooldown. So you're just trying to bounce around and do all of it. Basically. Where this one, they definitely have you're leveling up your weapons, or there's currency, so you're doing all that. But you can switch around like which gun. Like right now, my shotgun has fire damage, and if I do fire, then I get armor. But there's a ton of ground stuff, and then if you do melee attacks, it gives you health. So there's a little bit of that, but you can just find it laying around and kind of do a little bit more whatever you want.
Nice.
You don't have to
I want
bust all the glowy people to get ammo every single time.
No.
I love that part. Just smash it.
Yeah, it's
just
pretty
grabbing
fun.
their faces and crushing them. It's great.
Yeah. There was I think I was doing the kaiju level, and or no, it was the dragon, and you take down this huge thing. The dragon just like goes right onto the neck of this thing and just rips its like fucking throat out. And I was laughing so hard, and Alicia was like, "What is happening in there? I was like, look at this! It's absolutely insane."
Yeah.
I mean, you go like through demons like throats and pull shit out, and like it's insane. Yeah,
They gotta have
Absolutely.
so much fun making that stuff.
Oh yeah, for
God.
sure.
And just like I don't know if anybody does. I mean, maybe Diablo, but a full like demon hell aesthetic like that, where it's just crazy shit. I don't know. I don't know where they get the inspiration from.
Yeah.
They've been building on it for many years.
That's true. That's true. There is a lot of enemies from the old ones, so.
Nice. That's a good one.
Nolan, what about you? What have you been playing?
Oh, well, you know, I have dabbled this month. I played so much Expedition 33. I was like really jonesing to get into Blueprints, and I was so burnt out this month. Like, work was kind of crazy, and also I just was fried after like grinding Expedition. So
I like a good dabble session, you know.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, a bunch of games came out. The Altars came out. I wanted to try that out. I didn't realize that it was made by the people who made Frostpunk, which makes sense because it's a lot more of a base simulator game than I realized. I thought it was like a weird time multiverse roguelike game, but it's not that at all.
Sorry, real quick alters side thing. I don't know a lot about this game, but there's a podcast I listened to, and they interviewed the voice actor for that game.
Yeah.
And he did all 11 characters, and they have pretty distinct different voices.
Yeah,
And the interview was insane.
really.
It
That's
was so
cool.
cool.
You'll
Yeah.
have to send that to me because I would love to hear that. It seems like a really interesting concept, and it demanded more of my attention.
Yes. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not ready for this. So I just like put that away. But Landfall, a developer I really love, and Aggro Crab, another developer that makes really fun indie games.
I forgot about the aggro crab.
Yeah.
They-
That's fun.
Yeah, they did a game jam and made this game called Peak, which is a just multiplayer. You climb a procedural mountain, and there's like 6 or 5 different biomes, and it's kind of like a co-op, like where your guy moves like really slow, and like you have to manage a lot of like inertia and stuff like that, but it's just really simple and fun. Like and when you're playing multiplayer, like they have really good what's it called, VoIP. So like when you're in a cave, like it sounds really like reverby, and like it just has like a really good vibe. And it's silly, like you're getting like climbing equipment, and the art style is like you're like this little colorful character. And like I played it, it came out like last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that, and it was kind of just like hey, we did this game jam over like, and here it is, and it got really popular. And which is cool because Aggro Crab actually just had to cancel their last game. Like they were working on, they decided, like they just got done making the Crab Dark Souls game. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Another Crab's Treasure.
That's right, another Crab's Treasure, which is really cool, by the way. Go play it.
For fun.
And they were going to make another game, but they decided they were all burnt out. So they made this Peak game with Landfall, and it's really fun. It's just a super chill, kind of hard climbing game, and they have like really fun multiplayer mechanics that like if I need to get up on a ledge, but like my stamina is really low, I can jump on your back and you can jump and it'll boost me, and then I can catch the ledge and climb up, and then I can help you climb up. Like they just do a lot of like really interesting interactions between you and other players. So it's a lot more fun to play with people, obviously. But I don't know. It's really good. It's like $10 too, and they sold like 2 million copies of it.
Wow.
It's a great little game. They just make really charming, tiny games, and I love it. I think I have all of Landfall's games. So they made totally accurate battle simulator or whatever, and
Right.
the like PUBG one, like where it's like kind of goofy, like we all played it together. I can't remember what it's called. It's totally accurate Battlegrounds. Yeah. And then they made another battle royale where you're two knights riding a horse, and the horse like burns out around corners, and you got to make it to the end and get the rose and fight other players. They're just really good, goofy games. And this one, I think is going to be. I think they were going to just make it and release it like they normally do, but because it's so popular, now they're gonna feature up. I guess so. I like it. Check it out. It's totally worth $10. I would be really fun to get a group of 4 to play. Like there's like one of the, like you get rope and like you can get baton like things, so you can like make a path and then and stop in the middle and gain your stamina back. But there's also like weird items.
Strand like.
There's another strand like. There's like an anti-rope that's like blue and glowing, and like instead of like hanging it down, it floats up in the air, so you can like make these like vertical rope sections, and it's cool. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I've also been playing a lot of Tarkov again.
Oh.
I just can't let it go.
You can't escape.
I can't escape Tarkov. It's going to be the death of me. I haven't been playing PvP though. I've been playing the PvE mode, which is really casual.
I forgot they did that. Actually.
Your character doesn't wipe because it's, like every 3 months they wipe the servers. So this character doesn't. So it's been like 2 or 3 wipes now since they've released PvE, and they have all this cool end game content now that like I don't ever get to play because I can't no life Tarkov. Like you have to play like an insane amount of hours to get to the like end game. So now my PvE character is getting there, and like they added like this whole labyrinth like Saw like thing with
Saw like the movie?
Yeah,
say
like
the
it's like
the character Saw, like Call of Duty.
Jigsaw Man?
It's kind of
Yeah,
like
Jigsaw.
there's like 2 brothers who are bosses in the games, Killa and Tagilla, and they have
Here we go.
they have a bunker where they've set up like a torture maze. So there's like traps, spike pits, and Tagilla wears like a minotaur mask and chases you around, and it has like really high end loot. It's just really cool. And me and my buddy Seth, we just finally tried it out like last week for the first time.
Oh, you can co-op the PvE?
Oh yeah, you can play just normal PvE with like all your buddies. That's like all we play now. It's great. So
Oh, really? And no, so is it like the same thing, like the same levels as PvP? Just you're on your own server base.
yeah, essentially like if you're playing by yourself, you can play locally, but if you play in a group, they have PvE servers open. But the queue times are like low, and like I don't know, I've just played it so long, and like it's not a very stable game, and you lose like when you build a kit that takes you like 30 minutes to put together, and then you get disconnected from the server, and then you lose that, like that just sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like playing PvE, getting to try some of the stuff that I never get to play. And then they're supposedly releasing 1.0 this year. We'll
What,
see.
this year?
Yeah, like the end of the year. So Tarkov may be completely done at the end of the year. And yeah, so it's been fun playing like stuff that I normally don't get to play. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm very curious. Like, I mean, that sounds more interesting to me than. I mean, I've played a lot of Tarkov myself, but I just don't have the time to put into it. Even when we were playing it regularly, like,
Yeah.
I was playing like twice a week with you guys, like maybe 3 hours a night, and still like would feel behind.
Yeah.
You know,
Dude, people,
and
it's crazy. Like when it wipes, people are like level. They have prestige now. Like you can prestige multiple
really?
times. Yeah, and like you'll come across guys who are like have prestige twice, and I'm like, how is this possible? Like
yeah.
you have to play like 1,000 hours or something like that just to do all the content. I don't know, unless you speed run it or it's just so efficient, which I'm not. We play like maybe once every 2 weeks for like 3 hours now. And it's just much more fun to hang out with your friends and play PvE now. But we're old, so, you know, we have busy lives.
Yeah, it's also, I think, just interesting how like all these developers, I guess maybe it's more of a publisher problem, want to take the Tarkov formula and make it, you know, mainstream and more consumable and bite sized, and nobody can figure it out. And even like Bungie, who's like, made the damn live service first person shooter gig, struggling with Marathon.
It's
You
just
know, he needs to come along. Fortnite.
no.
Like extraction shooter in Fortnite. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
There are player made Tarkov servers, I think, in Fortnite now. But honestly, I just don't think you can do it, because what makes it interesting is how in depth it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's why I like DayZ. Like DayZ is really fun when you put a lot of time and effort into it. It's really, really rewarding. And when you try to streamline all that, it just like, I would rather just play a battle royale at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make the loot worth the grind, but
The juice worth the squeeze.
Yeah. that's right.
Dude, I was trying to download something the other day and I was like, man, I should just play Apex. I really like that. And I just didn't pull the trigger.
I tried to play Apex the other day and it didn't work. It just kept crashing.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, it ran horribly, but I don't know why. I didn't really give it much of a chance. I just thought, oh man, Apex would be fun, and it just kept crashing.
The skill ceiling is so intense, knowing all the characters' abilities and counters and all that stuff. And you run into this character and you got to know how they can do everything. It's just, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I think that 3v3 mode was dope though.
Yeah.
That was fun.
So awesome.
I did download the finals again and played, like, had a night of playing that, which was really fun. Like, I had a really good time playing that.
I have been wanting to do that. I want to spend a night in what's the new Remedy one, FBC.
Oh yeah.
But it's like, even I can't find, or I just haven't been able to find time to do that. So.
I don't have much interest in that. It looks fun, but
that's why I say at night. Like, it's on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I just want to download it and check it out because I like Remedy, and
Yeah.
from what I saw from the trailers, it looks pretty fun to
Yeah.
check out. But you know,
Yeah.
I'm not making it my life.
No.
No.
The finals is
like a lot of
really
these
casual.
games demand from you. Yeah.
Like, you get in, you're shooting stuff, you're running around at max speed, It's a good time.
Mhm.
Like, but
Well, we're an hour 45 into this thing, and we wanted to save some time at the end for Expedition 33, but an hour 45 is pretty long for this. What do you guys want to do? A little quick hit? on it,
Yeah.
or-
let's quick hit it. Let's quick hit it.
All right.
We've all finished it at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Full spoilers on end of Expedition 33, Act 3.
Yeah.
Brian, you were just get. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, when we last recorded, I was at the end of Act 2. I didn't knock out the paintress yet. You both were in Act 3.
You didn't know about the writers.
I
No.
didn't know about the writers. I didn't know about the painting. I didn't know about Mael being Alicia's
Alicia.
other part. Yeah. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
As
Wow.
as Minoko would say, wow, wow, wow. Or
Did you see
maybe
it?
bow wow wow because he's a dog, as I've heard some people say.
Is he a dog?
Minoko?
Well, it's Minoko is
What?
Verso's dog. So like
Oh.
the painting
Oh,
that painted Verso's painting.
just like a
Minoko,
painting. So many layers.
Yeah, is the name Minoko's the name of his dog, which is why he has like so many dog-like characteristics. So
Interesting.
I saw somebody saying is the wow 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 supposed to be like a bow wow wow.
Oh,
Ah,
I like it. I like it.
yeah, maybe a stretch, but
Yeah.
um,
That's why he's collecting all those feet too.
Yeah, dogs love feet.
yes, yeah, dogs love feet. All right,
I got that sweet suit that he's wearing now.
Oh, from the casino?
the swimsuit.
I didn't go to a casino.
Oh. Where'd you get the suit from?
I don't know. I got a white suit.
Nice.
I have the swimsuit, the Minoko
Oh.
swimsuit.
So
I don't have that.
did you guys do is it the Forgotten Manor? I can't remember the name of it now.
Floating manor.
Floating Manor. Did you guys do the Floating Manor?
Did all until the end
That's a tough
and
one.
said,
I didn't.
Okay.
You guys have been in the Discord. If you go on Twitch, Twitter, find us at VG Rations. You can find a link to the Discord. Tell
do
me
you
about
wanna
the
know?
floating manor.
Do you want to know about the floating manor?
Yeah, I'm not playing Expedition
Yeah.
33 at the moment.
It's the sister.
It's
It's
yeah.
her like whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah. And she's like locked herself because she's like the one who's making all of the
Nevrons?
Nevrons. And dude, it's so good. It's such an awesome like
Really?
section. And then the fight is actually sick. It's just
It's
her
really hard.
her whole thing is if she hits you, I think she's either sucks the life away from you or heals every time. So you have to
She
be
heals
like,
like 340
Yeah.
thousand.
I fought her for like 30 minutes because I got her down to like a
Wow.
quarter life. And then I just kept messing up my parries and she almost got back to maximum health. So
is that the one you couldn't finish?
no. So once you
Simon?
get,
Is that the
yes, Simon, I was so
one?
close to
I've
beating him.
Heard about Simon?
Simon is an expedition. It's one of Verso's friends who from Expedition Zero, and
Ooh.
you don't like. There's not like a ton of information, but like he says, like when you find Simon, he's in the abyss. So you drop off like you finish this level and then you jump down into the abyss and it's sick. There's just this guy sitting there with this massive sword. But apparently his sister they were like sweet on each other, and he's like, oh, my sister like has twisted him into like this golem looking weirdo guy. But his whole thing is after he downs your characters, which he can do easily. I finished the game in the 90s. Like I was like, I think my L was like 95 or 96. He still can like one hit you. And once he does, he just gomages you out of existence.
Jeez.
So like, and that's
Can't resurrect anyone.
you can't. They're gone. Like they are no longer there. And then phase 2, he after you get him under 50% health or like 35% health or whatever, he'll gomage group 1. And then you have to go back up. And I never like built my whole squad up to like, I didn't really mid-max my entire squad. I just did my first squad. And I got him down. I could hit him to almost 0 on one hit. He was the only boss I could not one hit. And then he just would wipe me out because his attack pattern is double. So it's like he has 2 swords. He has like a phantom sword. So he strikes and then another one strikes. So it's like the parries were really hard. And
Wow.
I had already played for so long that I was like, you know what? Like, this has been fun. I really like put a lot of time and effort into like making my character as badass as they could be. And I could just go online and look up like a build guide. And I was like, I'm just going to finish it. Like I was done. 'Cause
Yeah.
you get one of the journals for Simon, and then like you get like a small cutscene, but like nothing really besides that. And I was ready to be done. So
Yeah, that's fair.
You fight the big dragon thing flying around?
I did, yeah. The lighthouse guy, yeah, I beat him. I think I did pretty much everything but Simon.
Yeah.
Man, what
Pretty crazy.
what a banger.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of Act 3? We didn't touch on Act 3 at all. As far as like, you beat the Paintress. You get this huge cutscene. The whole introduction of you're in this painting, you're in this canvas. That's a huge twist on the story.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would like to hear what you guys think about that story twist, and just as far as like the structure and what you do in Act 3.
Yeah.
Not a quick hit.
No, it definitely I feel like the first 2 chapters are very, very linear, and the third's just like, all right, go crazy, and you're like, I think we all kind of did the same thing where we're just like, all right, well, I guess I'm just gonna do everything else until I get to the last battle.
A little bit. For me, I mean, just along that line, I think it sounded like you both did a lot more exploring, and I think you guys were ahead of me. But by the time I got to Act 3, I was like, I know I can just go and finish it and do the final thing, but I was like, I saw you guys talking about the character quest, so I was like, okay, I would like to wrap up like the main storylines and kind of get that stuff figured out.
Yeah.
And when I was like flying around, I was like, there's so many things I can't get into. The area is absolutely huge now as far as like how many things are up in the sky.
Yeah.
And even under the ocean, I have no idea how I'm supposed to get underwater. But I just looked it up. I was like, what should I do to like, what's a good recommended order? Because I'm like, 2 months after this game came out. What should I do?
Yeah.
And I kind of I followed a little bit of a rough guide, which was nice.
Yeah.
Instead of just, I think if I had no compass and like all these areas were red, I would be like, eh.
Yeah, I went back to that guide you sent, because it's like grind in this area, do this thing. Because I went completely out of order. I think Nolan did probably whatever the better order. I was going to the hard shit right away, and it sucked so bad. Because it doesn't really tell you what to do next. And then I finally like started talking to the people at camp, and they're like, oh, do this story side mission for me,
Right,
or do this,
right.
and then that kind of led me to go to other areas that I actually could like get through. So, yeah, it was interesting. It does, it kind of just like throws you at it, and it's like,
I think it's could have just been like even just a little bit more like in the menu or the map, like your main objective is to go get Renoir in the Lumiere, and then you have some sub objectives, and then maybe it gives you like an order, or something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Like as simple as that, just like some structured waypoints instead of just like, here's the whole map, like, ta-da, like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't know, or even if it tells you what level certain areas are, and you're like, oh, this is 65, I can go
Yeah.
grind for a little bit. Like there's maps
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
that stuff that has it figured out now, but
Right. I mean,
know.
I essentially just went to places that didn't say danger,
yeah,
and that worked. Like I never felt like I was under leveled in a non-danger area. So like that
Yeah.
worked pretty good for me. And
yeah,
I think I had the time to just really enjoy Act 3. Like I think I said like Act 3 is definitely for the sickos, because it's like work on your builds. Like really like
Yeah.
get into the systems, because you could be lower level and just have like an overpowered build, and it just it was like, if you want to finish the game, go finish it, but if you want to like stay in here and like really tool away on some of the like more interesting mechanics, like you can do that. And there's
Yeah.
some interesting world building that's you're going to be rewarded with. So I really liked it, but like I thought it was a weird pacing like thing. Like it
yeah,
didn't
weird change.
it was a weird
Yeah.
it was a weird change. Like I just was fortunate that I could just enjoy it.
It would have been
What I
nice.
could-
Yeah, it would have been nice if they like draw it out like the sister storyline a little more, and like I don't know this. What'd you say that Simon a little bit?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it was
not,
a cool
not force you to do it, but like
yeah.
lead you in that way a little better.
It was a sick. I mean, it was just a really rad location. It was in like Renoir's workshop or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, that's badass." So
Yeah.
I don't know. It was I really liked Act 3. Like it, but yeah, I mean, like I don't know, like it just was weird. Just a weird way of like gatekeeping it behind like the story, but also kind of cool. Like you finally like realize who you are, and now you can like you're kind of like Neo from the Matrix. Like you're not bound by the same rules,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah,
I'll paint my own destiny.
Yeah.
yeah. It's not that I mean, I love every bit of this game, but it was just so jarring where it's like, oh, now you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can't. There's a lot of things you can't do or whatever, and I'm just like, just a little bit of like some sub objectives, to get you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They could have definitely like just like given you a little more, just give you some side quests, main objective.
Yeah.
Or like
from what
levels. I think the levels per like as you're flying around, like recommended levels would have been a perfect solution to that. So
Yeah. When I looked on the Reddit, a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, I finished the game, and then like that they went out to do the rest of the world." So I don't know if it was like, if you go because it's really like when you hit Act 3, it's like your objective is to go back to Lumiere
And fight your dad.
and yeah, fight Renoir. But it's also like you can explore if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah.
And from what I read, especially in that specific thread we were talking about, is like, oh yeah, I went and finished the game, and then like to me, the rest of the game was whatever you wanted to do. So
Yeah.
I wonder if like that was more of the intent. I don't know, but it is presented to like, fuck around, do whatever you want.
Yeah. I liked it
But it's
because like sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's just like the whole third act is
Yeah.
like could be post game content, basically.
Yeah. I feel like Mael, you get set up. Mael, like, she gets her mom out of the painting, and then like she's so attached to these people that, you know, like she's have essentially like grown up with, you know. It's like staying in the game and doing all the side quests felt like, oh, that's like what the character would do. And
Right.
it kind of made the ending hit a little harder for me because I picked my else like staying in the ending, and it just like it was just a gut punch, you know, just like
Yeah.
I did Verso just because of that.
yeah. I don't know, it was
do
great.
So too.
It was yeah, it was great. I was like, this is it. I just thought it was like an interesting. I don't know if they did it on purpose, but like it felt like Act 3 was very much like, okay, it's Mael's story time. She doesn't want to leave the painting now. Like let's hang out with her friends, you know, and lose our minds.
It is interesting that they make you be Verso, like, and Gustav as like the main characters, even though they're not the main characters.
So,
Yeah, I think
so
that was
that
Sorry, you go ahead, Brian.
well, so Act 1 is called Gustav. Act 2 is called Verso. Act 3 is called Mael. I was like, why
Yeah.
are we not playing as Mael in Act
Yeah.
3? And I was listening to a podcast that was just a spoiler discussion, and they expected like when Gustav gets killed at the end of Act 1, like, oh, you're gonna play as Mael because that's the most established character, and then all of a sudden there's Verso.
Yeah.
And Verso plays a role as in getting like he's a new character, like he doesn't know these team members as in expedition members, I guess. What
He's kind of an
as,
ass.
like,
He's kind of an asshole.
He is an asshole. Yeah.
yeah, as Gustav does. But then like, you know, Verso's story is basically done. There's still the relationships stuff in Act 3, but it's like that could have all been in Act 2, in my opinion. And then you play as Mael in Act 3 because the
Mhm.
rest of the game is about Mael. Mael's in control. Like, it's just so weird that the first two acts and the bases are like you play as these characters, and Act 3 is
Yeah.
Mael's act. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird.
But also, all the other characters are fake. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right, but I feel like Mael could have been like talking to them, consoling them, like explaining her side of the story and keeping them around and building their relationship or something, instead of just being as like Verso when Verso knows they're not real, and now you as a player know they're not
Yeah.
real. It's
Well,
just like a weird,
Verso's also not real though.
Yeah.
right, that Verso's not real. But I just mean he knows that
Yeah.
neither of them are real.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is he building the relationship when?
Did
like,
you,
as
tell
a player-
Mael the truth about
Oh yeah.
Gustav? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
It's good. So
Mm-hmm.
so Brian, you didn't do all the side character stuff then?
No, I did do all this.
Oh, okay.
I did all. I finished. I did the Crimson Forest. I did all of the side character missions, and then I did. I think it was like the first battlefield where you land on, where those fucking creepy hand things are. And I murdered those
So sick.
things, and it was like this is a good area to grind. These guys are difficult, and they were easy So I was
Yeah.
like,
No,
all right,
man, they're
this-
so hard.
They were so,
So
easy.
hard. I hated them so much. I
and,
hated them.
so I destroyed all those guys. So I was like, all right, time to finish the game. And everything in the end game was way too easy, unfortunately. But
Oh, dude. Okay,
or
so
not the end game. Sorry, the last level was.
my build for the end was
Not as easy as yours, I'm sure.
Sael?
Level 90 or whatever.
Sahel. Wait, is that her name? Sel? Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. Close
Yeah,
enough.
I think
Seal? Seal.
Her, my whole thing was her blowing up at the beginning of a round and then being revived. And then when she would revive,
Yeah.
everyone would get buffed. So if there was anyone else alive, like they all had like tons of AP to just like destroy people. So like when I was running through that final place, like I would just walk up to guys and before the rounds would start, she would blow everyone up by like doing like a death bomb essentially. And it was great. I loved every minute
Yeah.
of the end.
I should do like a little bit of a YouTube dive at work when I'm in between stuff and just like check out the builds and stuff.
Dude,
But,
it's
like,
so
mine-
crazy.
Mine, I feel like it was pretty easy. It was like I had the weapon where Verso starts at S, and then the skill where each free shot that you do does a certain damage
Yeah.
boost or whatever, and then attack, and then Verso would have a second turn.
Yeah.
So then, like, Verso is killing like 2 or 3 guys, and then Lune would catch everybody on fire, and then Mael is just virtuo stance all the time, basically. And it was so easy
Yeah.
just doing that.
So good.
I wouldn't say it was boring. I mean, some of the times, like, I just have to counter a couple attacks, but it was like pretty easy. But I wasn't going as far as like Simon and some of the other ones. I killed he was the dude in the water floating in the free world that
Oh, yeah.
too.
Sprung.
Strong.
I was gonna say Schmog, but yeah, Sprung. I got Sprung, but I also just figured out all of his
His attacks. Yeah.
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 Yeah. By
I think I got really far figuring out timing and just being able to nail it,
Same.
and so sick. It's so
Yeah.
satisfying. It's amazing.
I got really good at the parry, and then it was like towards the end of my playthrough that I started really going crazy on the. Like I didn't even spend any of those luminous
Yeah.
until the very end because I was like, all right, let's see how nasty we can get.
Oh,
And then I was like, so I had like 200 luminous per person, and you could really get some
Oh, yeah.
like insane stuff going. It was great, super fun.
I focused on block damage, or sorry, not block, break damage. So I
Yeah,
had like counter attacks doing 25% break damage, or in free aim doing 25% break damage, and then counter attacks doing healing and break. So I was breaking guys like crazy,
yeah,
and then also healing on any parry and counter attack. And it was
yeah,
smooth sailing.
yeah. Oh, that was the other part about the CL Death Bomb build is that like on death she would fill the break meter. So like on a boss, right off you're hitting them for like half their health bar, and then follow up with Verso doing like a break hit, and so like by the time like they even get around to their turn, they're stunned. It was, man, so cool. It reminded me of what's the card game that we played with like the squirrels and like Leshy, and like it's kind of like a haunted game.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about.
Inscription.
Oh yeah.
Like they want you to break this game,
Right.
you know?
Right.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking love it.
I
What
loved
a
it.
great game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think, like when I started it, I did not think I was going to like like it as much as I
Yeah,
did.
you were talking about the emo side and all
I mean,
that stuff, and you're like,
I
"Who's
liked
this guy?"
it. I was like, oh, okay, this is funny. And then you get into that open world, and I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Yeah. I am very curious to see if anything is gonna dethrone it for like game of the year conversation, but I think one of my favorite games of the last 5 years or so, but we'll have to see.
I think so. Death Stranding's not doing it.
Yeah, I think people like it as like a better Death Stranding, but I would highly, highly, highly recommend the Skill Up documentary on the making of the game. It's amazing. Like I've heard so many stories about how like they found the composer on SoundCloud, just like the guy was just listening to his stuff, and
Yeah.
how the writer came to be, and how like they developed a prototype for the game and all that stuff, and like a lot of the animators for the battle animations, like it was like 4 or 5 like part-time dudes living in Korea, like 50 or so people total worked on it, and just like how it all came together is just an insane story. Would very much recommend checking that out.
I'll pop it on tomorrow.
It's like almost 2 hours, so
I know.
very in depth. Yeah,
When you posted it, I was like, whew,
yeah.
I don't have time for this right now.
Yeah.
What's I can't remember the Skill Up dude's name. Ralph was saying like, yeah, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna do a review, and like he wasn't doing it, and every video he was putting out, people were like, where is the Expedition 33 video? Where's the Expedition 33 video? And then he dropped like this 2-hour bomb basically, and people were like, oh, we're sorry. You know. Yeah, it's an amazing game. It's crazy how it all came together.
Yeah. So good.
Yep. I
Any
agree.
other notes or thoughts? I mean, I would love to have a long chat about the story and the ending, but we're running long. So.
Yeah, I'm curious what they do next. It'd be cool if they.
Yeah, they're apparently talking about some sort of DLC for this one now that it's gotten so popular. But they
cool.
haven't been working on it, so it's like, what is it gonna be? And then I think we talked about last episode. There's a show that got picked up.
Yeah.
There's nothing for it, but like I don't know. And then how do you? I think you guys alluded to this. I was saying what I thought might happen, but it's like, how do you do other expeditions when you know they're all changing? And it's like, well, it's all like, does it matter? I don't know.
I think it's going to be
that
more
whole point sucks.
the other stuff, like the writers and the painters and stuff, you know?
Yeah, outside of Verso's painting.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to watch a show just about the guys who made the climbing equipment and how far they made it. So, you know, if you want to make an expedition show, or maybe do like an anthology, like like an animated anthology of all the expeditions, that would be sick.
Yeah. Well, July's right around the corner. Do you guys have any games that you're trying to play real quick?
No. I've just kind of been doing like what Nolan was saying. I'm playing a bunch of like little things here and there. I like have Avowed still I'm playing, and then Baldur's Gate, trying to get through those.
Yeah.
Just some things I've been like.
So and you bought The Witcher 3, so you have Avowed.
Yeah, exactly.
Baldur's Gate 3 and The Witcher 3.
No, I'm not gonna play that for a
On your
while.
playlist.
I'll probably load that up on something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have been making games.
Whoa, this guy.
Yeah. There's
Who do you think you are?
I'm just a bored.
Hey, you think you're
I'm
Claire,
I'm a
Obscura?
bored man with too much time on my hands.
Oh man.
I've been messing around with Unreal and some Godot, and there's a really small game engine called Pico 8 and I've been just making little pixel art games on that, like little tiny arcade games, and it is so fun. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm just enjoying that.
I hope
Very
you make
nice.
the next Balatro.
Someone already made Balatro in Pico 8. I don't think I could do it. Someone made a Balatro for the Game Boy Advanced. They had like a attachment for it where you had to slide these little cards, and someone remade Balatro in it. 404
man.
Media posted about it. It's pretty sweet.
Wow.
It can't calculate all of the like outcomes of all the stuff or something like that. I don't know. Look at 404 Media. They know what they're talking about. I don't know shit. Also,
I've
Grounded
had this-
2 comes out next month. Sorry.
That's okay. You're gonna dive into the early access.
I'm gonna try it. If it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. It comes out on like the 29th, so it's like end of the month, but
Nice.
we'll see.
This game I have had in my Steam library for a little bit, and it has been on my radar to start soon. Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Ooh.
Like I did a long Elden Ring session last year, and I kind of fell off. I was following a guide, and it was getting complicated. I wanted to get to Shadow of the Erd Tree because people were talking so high about that. I didn't get that far. But Sekiro has been on my periphery, and then while playing through Expedition 33 and listening to people talk about it, a lot of people have been saying the parry system kind of feels like Sekiro, like as far as like how good it
Yeah.
feels to hit a good parry and stuff. And I was like, okay, maybe now it's time. So Doom was like a little bit of my palate cleanser, and then Sekiro's installed. I've heard it's insanely difficult, so I don't know how far I'm gonna get.
It's so
whatever,
hard, but it is so fun.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah. So I'm excited to check that out. I was thinking I might do it this weekend, but didn't get to it. But I think this week it's installed. It's ready to go. Sekiro.
That sounds great. I cannot wait to talk to you about Sekiro.
Cool.
Also, I've been really jealous of all the Night Rain Elden Ring people, so I reinstalled
boy.
Elden Ring. So if you want to do some co-op
Really?
sometime, we could.
I
could
think I
co-op.
uninstalled Elden Ring. I mean, I have Rue, but I was like, I'm not getting back into this. Completely Sekiro. And
it's
I mean,
pretty
I
fun
watched
co-op.
like a quick little video, and it sounds like Sekiro just plays way different from the other From Software games. So
It's way different. I played at
I'm
Nolan's
interested
house
in
and
that.
I was like crushing it. And those other games I suck at.
whoa, you were crushing?
Yeah, man. It's
a
crushing.
From Software game?
Yep.
There's no way.
I
Prove it.
crushed.
He crushed
Prove it.
the beginning.
I crushed the beginning.
All right. Well,
Let us know how you do in the beginning.
Yeah.
I will. I'll probably start it. Well, I guess Nolan, you and I are playing Ready or Not on Tuesday, so maybe it'll be
Oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
later. Will it? Yeah, we'll see.
I'm just glad
Well,
to get to
boys.
play some games with you, man.
Yeah, man. Of course, it'll be great. It'll be great. Anything else?
No,
That's it. Solid June.
June.
Solid
That was a
June.
long one. That was definitely a long one.
A long month.
Long
or-
month, long pod. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about a lot of games. It's fun. It's fun. All right, twitch.tv/video game rations. We're usually live on the last Sunday of the month. You can check out our Discord. That's where we usually post our schedule when we go live, but I don't know, try to do that. Twitter account @VGRations. That's where you can find the link to the Discord. Share the podcast, leave us any reviews. That always helps us out. Like I said, if you're in a subway, poke somebody with
Eat
your
a
Subway and be
sandwich.
like, "Hey, you like video games?" You know, jam them with your sandwich or whatever.
I love this.
That's
I
it.
love this thing that you've
Jab with that-
created.
New,
Jab
new
with that
bit.
foot long.
Jam them with that footlong. Oh, the spicy Italian footlong was pretty tasty.
I only eat
Back
the
what-
sandwiches that Charles Barkley promotes.
You know, I've heard Subway is pretty damn expensive these days. Believe it or not.
Oh, all of them.
Really?
All of what?
The foods outside
Oh,
of
if it's
Oh,
making
okay.
food at home.
Yep. All right, boys,
All right.
close it out.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Goodbye.
Run that salami.
Run that salami.
That's what kids are saying.
Oh. Oh my god.